Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Season 30 War 9. Today we're taking on TALN Talons. My team today is going to be Void, Warlock, and Dr. Doom. Let's jump right in. Alright, we're on Path 1 again here. We've got a Mole Man on Arc Overload and Vigorous Assault here. So with Mole Man, obviously you can't parry him because he will just shrug it off and then you'll probably get parried yourself. And also he's going to be shrugging off Warlock's armor breaks off the special 2. So really my goal here is to get Mole Man into frenzy mode as quickly as possible. Mole Man not being very cooperative in this fight, as you'll see. I go for a lot of light intercepts. There's a second one there that he just doesn't want to cooperate with, and actually ends up costing me about midway through the fight. The light intercept ends up hurting me really bad. So I'm content here to let him throw these special ones. Again, the special one gives him more of those monster mass charges, and the more of those he gets, the faster he gets, rather, the more likely he is, or the faster he's going to get into frenzy mode, where I'll be able to safely stun him and apply these armor breaks here. So I am going to throw this special 2 here because it is important that I keep the infections up on him to stop the arc overload healing, and then of course he's unblockable whenever the healing triggers. So I kind of accidentally push him to a special 2 here. It's not a huge deal because he's close to frenzy anyways here. Gonna go for another light intercept there. He finally cooperates. I go for another one. He doesn't. He just stands there and waits for me, I guess. Make a mistake here. I thought I had the special 2, but I didn't. I throw the special 1, which removes my infections. That's a pretty big problem there because now I don't have any heal block up on him. And there we go. So I tried to do a light intercept against the wall, and he somehow parried me off a light intercept. It's just amazing, like a frame perfect reaction by the AI there. Luckily it doesn't really cost me that much. He's still in frenzy, so I can safely parry him now, which I do once the unblockable's over. Now we're going to hit him with these armor breaks from the special 2, and the fight is kind of back under control here. He's going to keep throwing that special 1, add more of the monster mass charges to his frenzy, keeping that up longer. Finally cooperates with a couple of light intercepts here where I don't get parried, so that's great. Not sure why my parry didn't stick there, but we're coming to the end of the fight here, so I just got to kind of wait out this final arc overload and then go back in with one more combo, and the special 2 finishes him off. A couple weird things happening in that fight. It won't be the last weird things that happen in this war, though. All right, moving up, we got a Masochism, Indomitable, Magneto. Can't use Warlock here, obviously, so we're just going to use Void. Now, with Indomitable, we can't reverse his healing, of course, and we have, I am running Resonate, so really the name of the game here is just apply as many debuffs as we can. Having a Petrify up is nice, and there we go, there's our first debuff there as a Petrify, but we really just want to get him heal blocked via the Indomitable node. And the Resonate will help get us there because it's triggering quite frequently. So Masochism is going to be triggering probably on most of our basic combos here. I am sticking absolutely with the special 1 in this fight. You guys know I'm so terrible at evading that Magneto special 2. It's like a mental block for me. I don't know what it is. So meanwhile, the degen from our debuffs is ticking him down. The Petrify really putting in some decent work here. You saw that I accidentally hit into his heavy. I think that was a parry that I expected to stick but didn't, and he had already gone into the unstoppable heavy animation and caught me with it, so not a big deal. Void's pretty tanky, so he can take that hit. Indomitable has triggered here. You see the little heal block icon here, so now we're just kind of waiting this out, trying not to take too many blocked hits from the altitude charges from high ground, and then down Magneto goes. So took one stupid hit there. Probably could have been avoided if I'd played better. All right, we got a Cable here on Strike Counter Fury. This is a super easy fight. So we're actually going to play right into the Strike Counter Fury node here to avoid giving him too many Furies. Start with a heavy, a medium, light, medium. Was that 3 lights? I miscounted. And then do a shortened combo, end with the special 1. So we gave him 1 Fury from that whole cycle, which is fine. I don't think he gains any power gain buffs during this fight when I fill his power. Not that it would really matter because we already got the Petrify debuff on him, as you can see. Alright, so now that our charges have reset, we're starting back over with the heavy, and we're already almost at a bar of power here, so we can kind of do another shortened combo, giving him a second Fury, but again, The fight is well under control now. We've got the second Petrify up, so if he were to get his power gain, it wouldn't be a problem. And we're just kind of trying to take as little damage as possible before we move on to the next fight here. So again, really super easy fight here. I think this looks like an R2. I forgot to check beforehand. So always annoying when Fear the Void kicks in right at the end of the fight here with like 3% left, and then you can't just like back off and let the degen finish it off. You actually have to parry and land another combo. So all right, we're up on the shared mini on the left side with EMP mod, Bubble Shield, and Burden of Might. This is a really strange choice here. Because of Burden of Might, my power level is going to be pretty much empty the entire fight, which means that Emma is almost always going to be in telepath form, which is where you want her, because in diamond form she has all kinds of crit resistance and armor, etc., etc. Plus, she's not going to be shock immune in telepath form either. So we're just kind of playing this normally. We won't have enough power to really get into the Doom cycle, so it really is just a matter of, not messing up on the reverse controls for her specials. Another weird thing happens in this fight. I want to say like 40 or so hits in maybe, where I'm blocking and she straight up hits through my block and breaks my block and combos me. Again, no idea right there. No idea how that happened. Thankfully, it was only a couple hits, but if you go frame by frame, you can see that I'm blocking. You can see the shield up, and then suddenly she's hitting into me. So I have no idea what happened there. Doom's such a tank, though. I'm not really worried about it. Trying to keep a careful eye on the bubble shield charges here. You notice I'm trying to go again for some light intercepts, and the AI in this whole war just didn't really seem to want to cooperate that much with these intercepts. So I'm also keeping an eye on her power with the aspect of evolution. I don't really want to be pushing her to her special 2. I'm much more comfortable evading the special 1. So, if the fight has to go a little bit longer because I'm baiting out a special attack, I'm not really worried about it here. So, and of course, Doom, shock immune, really, really good for any EMP mod node because he won't take any of that damage here as well. Take another combo there. I'm not really sure what happened there, but, again, stuff happens. Coming to the end of the fight. Again, this is like, only a rank 5-star too, so this fight would have been significantly longer otherwise, so. Notice I'm not really doing any of the parry, the passive stun on the heavies, and that's because the basic attacks are going to be giving her a much more consistent amount of power than the heavies. Heavies give you much more power, and I wanted to be sure that I didn't give him too much, or give her too much. All right, we got a Hulkbuster here on Vigor Outlast. Going to heal up Doom and going with this. We're using Doom here because Hulkbuster places shocks on you on critical hits if he has an armor break or armor up active. So we want to make sure that we don't take too much damage from that. So I take a bit of a risk here in this fight, as you'll see, and it ends up not paying off for me. So Hulkbuster has an ability where if he has an armor up active, for every armor up, he gains your opponent's attacks lose 20% of their offensive ability accuracy. So if he has a bunch of armor ups active, you really can't do like a regular Doom cycle because not only will the passive stun on the special 3 fail, but your shocks can fail, and then you're stuck taking a special 3. So I am going to try out the Doom cycle here because he only has one armor up active at here. So I have an 80% chance for the passive stun to work. And spoiler alert, it does not work. It has a 20% chance to fail, and naturally it fails. So Hulkbuster coming right out of the special 3, right there, tags me, gets his special 3, and I have to sit here and embarrass myself with a special 3 here. But, again, Doom, so tanky. I think this is a rank 3 Hulkbuster, if I remember correctly. So just trying to get myself out of the corner here, launch the special, get back toward the middle and the right of the arena. And so from this point, I say to myself, I'm not really going to try that again. So I'm going to stick to the special 2s now and just try and whittle him down with that incinerate damage from the special 2. So also being careful here not to push him to his special 2 because it'll be fully unblockable, and I'm pretty trash at dodging that special 2. So I like to stick to the special one. You can see the fight is going much faster now that I'm kind of switching tactics. Now with the Outlast node also on this fight, he's taking less damage as the fight goes on, the lower his health goes. So you'll see like the Incinerates aren't taking for as much as they would be before. So we just kind of stick with this strategy here. Make sure we don't get tagged by a special attack, otherwise we'll get stunned. He's got max armor ups now, so there's a chance that the Incinerates won't even apply. So I do throw that special one there, trying to nullify some of the armor ups. I only get one nullified, unfortunately. And again, I think that's because of the reduced offensive ability accuracy. That one worked out really well. I got all the armor ups off, and now we're kind of back in a good position here. So trying to finish this out. You can see just how tanky this guy is, man, especially on the Outlast node. I feel like if I had come in here with a better strategy to begin with, this would have been a little bit faster, but, lesson learned. All right, we got another super easy fight here. We got a Hercules on Buffet and Indomitable. We're going to go in with Void because Warlock has the class disadvantage here, plus Hercules gets all the buffs from the specials. Not really much anything to say about this fight. So, I'm healing up Void from the taunt, as you can see, which is really nice. The only thing I kind of have to keep in mind here when I do this fight is that, when Hercules competes a feat, he's going to be stun immune for a brief period. So I have to remember that, my parries are not going to work, and don't try and attack after a well-timed block. Other than that, it's pretty standard fare. As long as he is throwing special attacks, there's really nothing else to worry about here. He has no way of dealing with the debuffs. He has no way of shrugging them off or anything. We've already kicked in Indomitable, as you can see, so we're just kind of, degenning him down slowly but surely. And as long as he stays cooperative with the special attacks, this fight will be over before you know it. You can see we've healed up also to a gold bar, which is really nice. I don't remember if we finished this fight with a gold bar or not, but either way. I don't think we need Void for another fight in this war. So as long as we finish with a full attack bonus, it's all good. All right, so we got Fear the Void up. Our attack rating is significantly increased now, as you can see. Degen putting in some nice work. Triggered Immortality on that special one, and then just kind of waiting it out here. And there we go. Slow down my last combo there so I can get that last medium in at the very earliest opportunity for his Immortality to be down. And here we go. Strike Counter, Combat, Power Rate, Buffet, and Chitinous Thorns Guardian. That is a mouthful, holy moly. Got to go in here with Warlock again because we need the bleed immunity. Guardian is also a high ground defender, which means I have to be extremely careful about the block damage. I was kind of worried about the special one in this fight because I'm pretty good at avoiding most of them, but sometimes I get locked into my block with it. And you can see at the start of the fight I put on an invulnerability boost just in case. Didn't end up needing it here, which is nice. And even better, I don't miss a single special one in this fight too, which is really great. It's something I've had to work at for sure. So. So we're not really doing any specials in this fight, again, because Guardian with an armor up, he will auto-block special attacks. Plus we're having our combat power rate reduced by the node. I'm not really even worrying about the strike counter combat power rate node here. I'm just trying to whittle him down with basic attacks. Keeping that infection up. We're not going to be getting much above this special one anyway, so... that's about it. I'm trying to keep the altitude charges in check too. Not really that important. We're landing quite a few hits. The fight is going very quickly. So you can see when we do get an altitude charge up, it's not really up for that long. And coming into the end of the fight here, I thought this fight would be much more difficult for me personally than it ended up being. So. Landed on light intercept, and then he didn't want to cooperate with that last one, so he's trying to keep the infections up with a lot of blocked hits. Down he goes. Whew. And we did end up winning this war. 7 kills for me, 0 deaths. Deathless streak still intact, and that brings our alliance record up to 9-0 for the season. Guys, if you like this, please hit that like button for me, sub for some more stuff later, and thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.